Hello world, SirLaurenceNZ here, and today I'm casting another game of the 2015 era Huns, well, Arabia Huns, that the Viper played. Anyway, let's just start the game here. So, today we have Viper versus Kongensgade. I assume that's how you say his name. Why do you have a keyboard Chinese chips? I don't know. He's on a computer. Anyway, Viper just taking a little bit of food from the berry bushes here as he gets his villagers and everything under the TC, going to be getting a nice little bit of effective walk time from the villager there. Kongensgade getting straight onto his sheep with all of his villagers instead. Anyways, looks like the Viper keeping his scout idle here. Not sure why he's doing that, but anyway, stops the scout from being idle. Viper getting in his sheep quite nicely there, so got 2 of his 8 sheep, and it looks like 4 of the sheep actually, so both these guys have 2 sheep right here. That's going to be quite interesting. Mandarin on the keyboard, yes indeed. But yeah, that's interesting with these 4 sheep right here, because the Viper, if he just goes that little bit to the side there, it's just a few tiles away, but he could have taken Kongensgade's sheep as well as his own, and that would give the Viper 10 sheep, which would be very strong. But instead it looks like Kongensgade might be able to take it, but instead he's taking the time to lure his door. Taking the time to lure his door. Man. But anyway, the Viper taking the sheep here, and is he going to walk far enough? He's going to be able to get all of them, so the Viper getting 10 sheep here, that's going to be very strong for the Viper. Giving him a 400 net food advantage over Kongensgade there, assuming there's no boar stealing going along. Where is he luring his door? I don't know. The house? End of the hallway? But yeah, looks like Kongensgade going to be getting his boar in quite nicely there, but Kongensgade going to subsidize himself a little bit by luring these deer. Honestly, it would have been worth him building a mill there. There was 4 deer there, and honestly, I feel like that probably would have been better and a better use of his scout time. Anyway, let's have a look at the Viper here. Viper having got a bit of decay time on that sheep there, which is rather unfortunate. Also, a kind of sloppy lure from the Viper. They're going to have a bit of walking around the boar there to be able to drop off the food. Kongensgade not having so much wasted time. Well, sorry, not so much idle time. Not idle time, not so much decay time. Also, a very tidy boar lure from Kongensgade. Not going to have any extra walking distance. Anyway, let's have a look at these guys' maps. We have a dissected woodline once again, and yes, my spec dashboard is finally working. I'm getting the text. This is good. Anyway, the woods sorry, not the south, to the left here. Well, I guess it's a bit to the south, but anyway, to the left here, fairly solid woodline as well. Not so sure on that second lumber camp position though. It's going to be right up against that goal, which is not so good. And secondary wood for Kongensgade, partially dissected by a lake. Well, sorry, partially dissected by an oasis. Only going to be able to get a few thousand wood from this wood line, but still, at least he's got something to fall back to. Also, we've got a bit more up here. Also, completely missed this because I've been looking at Kongensgade's base, but the Viper doing a drush here. As, yep, Viper going for a drush fast castle. You can see by the population, and Kongensgade just hitting the field age now, and I'm just going to slow down the game so I can catch up. But anyway, let's have a look at the resources of Kongensgade. We already saw that front gold from him. Not the best front gold here, and slightly back gold, which is good. Nice back stone, another back stone, and front berries. Going to be good for Viper's rush to come in on. Anyway, let's have a look at the Viper's base here. We have a front gold here, front stone here, front gold, front stone, and anything else? A fairly far away kind of side tertiary gold, which is not too bad. Also, it looks like these guys aren't able to wall up too well. Viper's base very open, and Viper, not being the walling guy that he is, probably not going to wall there anyway. Kongensgade might be able to do a nice choke point over here though in the later stages of the game, still leaving that main gold open. Viper's woodline here on the left though looking very solid, going to be very nice, and also in the back, which is good for him. This front woodline, not very good. It's dissected by an oasis once again, and towers could come up on it, so really not ideal for the Viper. Anyway, let's focus on that drush for a little bit here. Kongensgade going for a scout rush here, and I'll put the speed back up to 75. But anyway, Kongensgade coming in with those militia, going to be focusing down one scout specifically most likely, but it looks like he didn't do the best focusing down. He was hitting on 2 scouts. Think of it appropriately, guys. Anyway, only hitting 2 scouts, and Kongensgade getting a nice few hits on the scouts as he leaves the scout on stand ground, but doesn't move them out of the way. And sorry, the Viper got a few hits onto Kongensgade with that. But anyway, Kongensgade moving up with 4 scouts here, looking to do some damage and equalize the game where it counts. Viper click out to the castle age, going to be very strong as he gets up the archery ranges, and Viper only losing 1 villager in that engagement. Kongensgade coming in at a very nice angle, sadly taking 1 spear hit though, which is not so good for him. Anyway, Kongensgade just going around the rest of the Viper's base, but Viper trailing him with that spear, going to be deterring any pressure onto his resources. Anyway, Viper about to hit castle age. He's at about 70%, and he has 33 villagers to Kongensgade's 42. Anyway, Viper hitting the castle age here, going to be going straight for crossbow by the looks of it. Going to be getting crossbow to help those few archers here, and if the Viper could deny that tower, that would be huge. Is he going to do it? Viper denying that tower here as he comes in with these crossbow, killing 2 villagers right off the bat, 3 villagers. This is going to be very strong from the Viper, but Kongensgade's scouts coming in here, quite likely going to be able to finish it off, and Kongensgade just rushing a few villagers to finish up the tower as the Viper microing his way as much as he can to do as much as he can with those archers, but getting a nice few villager picks there. But now Viper transitioning into cavalry archers, going to be very strong against these scout cavalry as they don't have the speed advantage, and the cavalry archers are a lot more even on health. Viper though losing 1 villager, having it on the wrong side of the TC coming up here, but Viper going to be able to garrison that TC and do some damage here if he can. Going to be able to do a bit of damage here, not garrisoning enough villagers though to really have any impact on the fight. But anyway, the Viper moving around with these cavalry archers here, going to lure them out of position and also take a little bit of TC fire, which is a good move from the Viper. But these cavalry archers going to be very, very effective against the scouts, especially when they get into numbers, and instead of engaging them against the scouts, Viper is going to send them all into this open farmland. This is going to be extremely strong from the Viper here. You can see just walking in, killing 1 villager, causing all of this idle time here, and let's see, Kongensgade's idle time just spiking up there. Anyway, Kongensgade focusing down onto this barracks, not going to be achieving a huge amount with this, only getting it to burning stages, but the Viper deterring him with a few cavalry archers. Viper though, keeping his cavalry archers here, causing that idle time to continue to spike up. You can see it going up here in groups of 15 seconds, while the Viper not going up at all, going to be very strong from the Viper here, and going to be taking Kongensgade in a very nice choke point here, going to be able to take a very nice fight here, but Kongensgade now getting engaged on 2 sides, being able to engage with 3 scouts at once, and with the Viper's minuscule numbers right now, he's not going to be able to do much about that, but he took a very nice KD. Anyway, Kongensgade heading up to the castle age now. Both these guys have 49 population, Kongensgade with 38 population, and just clicking up to the castle age. That is quite a flaky position for him to be in. Viper being in the castle age already, and already dealt with that to yeah, already dealt with that 2 minutes of TC idle time. Going to be very nice from the Viper. But anyway, Skirmisher is coming in for Kongensgade, a very clean counter to those cavalry archers, especially when he had them pinned up against that tree line there. Going to be very nice for Kongensgade there. You can also see here the KD is in the advantage of Kongensgade here, taking some very nice fights, but the Viper kind of just outplaying him in the other ways that do count as well. So in terms of economy and just getting the raids in. Viper's KD, he's killed more villagers than Kongensgade has, so his economy is going to be in better condition. I would like to see a siege workshop from the Viper here, or you can see he's bringing up a stable that's going to let him get bloodlines and a knight, which is going to be able to tank those skirmisher shots very well. Anyway, Viper late with that garrison on the TC, losing one villager, which is unfortunate but unavoidable. Anyway, Kongensgade going for elite skirmisher. You're also seeing the +2 on them as well. They're going to be doing 5 damage, and against a knight that's not going to do a huge amount. So anyway, Viper moving up with these cavalry archers again. If he gets those knights in front, he's going to be in an extremely strong position here. As you can see, he's almost able to one-shot those scouts now. But a nice move from Kongensgade, kind of surrounding the Viper here and causing Viper to run away and take quite a few unnecessary hits. But anyway, the Viper continuing to micro now, picking off the last of those scouts. Very strong from the Viper. Also guys, remember to keep chatting as well. I'm a chatty guy. But yeah, we can see those knights coming out from the Viper now, going to be able to soak up that skirmisher fire very nicely, and Viper really shouldn't have engaged there, killing none of the skirmishers from Kongensgade, losing between 4 and 5 scouts there, which is extremely ineffective. Anyway, the Viper are going to clean up the small force of cavalry archers here. Looks like they aren't really going to be targeting anything in particular, but now the knights coming in against these skirmishers, it's going to be very strong here. Let's see the text that they have on them. They have +2. That's going to make it so that the knights only receive 1 damage from each of these each of these spears. So that is very effective from the Viper here, and you can see he's just kiting knights across the map, just following these skirmishers here, and you can see a pile of bodies just coming up as the Viper just follows them. Thankfully though, Kongensgade does have these cavalry archers in here, but they still aren't able to do enough damage to be able to clean up all of these knights before all of these skirmishers fall. And you can see the Viper as well starting to send cavalry archers into the economy of Kongensgade, and Viper closing up the game there with a very nice, clean, concise move that cleaned up all of the skirmishers from Kongensgade, which is all he had to answer the Viper. So anyway, GG, well played. Nice move from Kongensgade to use those skirmishers, but didn't change into cavalry archers fast enough to deal with those knights. Anyway, let's have a look at those achievements. So yeah, for anyone watching this on Twitch, be sure to check out my YouTube channel as well, and likewise for anyone on YouTube, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. Also, be much appreciated if you guys could like, share, comment, and subscribe on the videos so that we can help get my channel around there, and yeah, just help me get more feedback so that I can improve the stream and YouTube channel even more. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, GG, well played, and goodbyes to anyone watching this on YouTube.